It's hard to believe that this woman is already 61 years old. When people first see Arnita Champion, most are sure that they are looking at a woman in her 30s. Her figure, posture, light gait, radiant skin, energy, and confidence literally leave no chance to believe in her real age. At the same time, there are no plastic surgeries, magic procedures, or secret drugs in her life. All you will see in this video are habits that are accessible to almost everyone, and some of them are so unusual that they can become the missing element that will help preserve youth for many years to come. Therefore, be sure to watch the video to the end. The most interesting principles of Arnita Champion are waiting for you ahead. The first thing that immediately becomes clear if you look at Arnita's lifestyle is that she doesn't wait for the right moment to train. For her, physical activity does not depend on her mood, the time of the year, or the availability of an ideal gym. Yes, she regularly does strength training at a fitness club, but it's not limited to that. She spends most of her time at home using the simplest things: rubber bands, dumbbells, a horizontal bar, a yoga chair, and even her own body weight. This approach is interesting because the body gets a load all the time, not just a few times a week. It is regularity, rather than rare heroic workouts, that helps maintain muscles, strong joints, and high energy levels after 60. Many people make one mistake. They consider only an hour-long workout in the gym to be a good workout. In fact, research shows that even short strength training sessions of 15 to 20 minutes can significantly improve metabolism if performed regularly. Arnita seems to adhere to this philosophy. She doesn't make excuses. If it is not possible to go to the gym, the training takes place at home. If time is short, you can perform several approaches with elastic bands. For the viewer, a simple conclusion follows from this. It is better to do 20 minutes today than to postpone a full-fledged workout until next week. Arnita pays special attention to strength exercises, and this is not surprising. After 50, a person begins to gradually lose muscle mass, and with it the metabolic rate decreases, posture worsens, and bone density decreases. That is why strength training is now called one of the most effective investments in longevity, and it is not necessary to lift huge weights. It is much more important to learn how to perform movements correctly, gradually increase the load, and work out all the main muscle groups. If you are just starting out, squats with a chair, elastic bands, push-ups from the wall, and exercises with light dumbbells will be an excellent option. Even such a simple complex can significantly improve your well-being after a few months. Another habit of Arnita deserves special attention. She likes to train outdoors. For many, the street is associated only with walking, but the combination of physical exercise and being in nature gives the body several advantages at once. During such activities, the brain gets more oxygen, stress levels decrease, mood improves, and sunlight helps produce vitamin D, which is essential for healthy bones and the immune system. If possible, at least some of your workouts should be moved to a park, a sports field, or even an ordinary courtyard. Sometimes it's enough to replace the treadmill with a brisk walk outside to feel the difference. Arnita's love of travel deserves special attention. Many people perceive trips solely as a vacation, but for the brain, it is a real workout. When a person finds herself in a new place, she has to navigate in an unfamiliar environment, study routes, memorize details, hear new sounds, see unusual landscapes. All this forces the brain to create new neural connections. That is why new experiences can have a positive effect on memory, attention, and cognitive abilities. And you don't have to fly to the other side of the world. Even a trip to a neighboring city, a walk through a new neighborhood, or a visit to an unfamiliar museum can give the brain a useful load. Another feature of Arnita is that she always looks feminine and stylish. Many people believe that clothes have nothing to do with health, but psychologists have long noticed an interesting pattern. When a person takes care of herself, wears things that she likes, looks after her hair and appearance, it has a positive effect on self-esteem and inner state. People begin to move more confidently, smile more often, and communicate more easily. Gradually, this reduces the level of chronic stress, which is considered one of the factors of accelerated aging. A beautiful appearance is not an attempt to please others, but a show of self-respect. Nutrition plays a big role in Arnita's life, but the most interesting thing is that she doesn't adhere to strict restrictions. Her diet is varied, balanced, and quite flexible. She does not divide products into absolutely good and absolutely bad. The basis of the diet consists of vegetables, fruits, high-quality protein sources, whole grains, healthy fats, nuts, and a sufficient amount of liquid. At the same time, she can safely afford her favorite dish without feeling guilty. This approach helps to avoid constant breakdowns and makes healthy eating a part of everyday life rather than a temporary diet. Another secret of Arnita's youth is not related to training or nutrition. She spends a lot of time with her family and friends. At first glance, it seems that this is just a pleasant part of life. But numerous studies show that strong social ties are directly linked to a longer life expectancy. Communication reduces anxiety levels, helps to cope with stress more easily, supports emotional health, and even has a positive effect on the immune system. Sometimes meeting with friends can be no less beneficial for your health than an additional workout. Perhaps the main secret of Arnita Champion lies precisely in the combination of all these habits. She moves regularly, strengthens her muscles, is not afraid of home workouts, goes outdoors, travels, takes care of herself, eats without extremes, surrounds herself with loved ones, and never ceases to enjoy life. It is precisely these habits that gradually develop into the result that today amazes others. Friends, what do you think of this woman? Write your opinion in the comments. If this video was useful to you, then please like it and share the link with those who might find it particularly useful. We also recommend watching this video, which has now appeared on your screen.